This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah. Log on and join our live conversation.
He said this as we were coming on TV.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Tuesday, April 23rd. We're live and we're talking about what you're talking about. Right now, I'm here with Erica and Brandon. I'm Jeff. Let's get to it, guys. The Young and the Restless rolled out its big tribute to actor Christophe St. John, who passed away in February. Starting today, YNR began a 4-day story arc for his character, Neil Winters. And in case you missed the episode today, check out this sneak peek.
I don't know if I would even be here right now without him.
Nothing is forever.
I just thought he'd always be there.
Neil didn't just touch lives, he saved lives.
I don't want to think about a world without Neil Winters in it.
Hold your head up high.
And YNR fans, we do have a spoiler alert. Today, it was revealed that Neil's on-screen son, Devin Hamilton, finds his father dead in his penthouse. So that's how they're going to reveal it on the show. But, I mean, I know those guys are actors, but those look more than tears to me. You know, those look like friendship tears.
Yeah, that was a lot of emoting. I mean, that's got to be so emotional. You're talking about someone who has been on the set for 22 years. That's been their friend, their colleague, maybe the #1 person that they fight with. You know, like you create these dynamics, and to just have someone leave like that so unexpectedly, it's different than having someone die off of a set or being fired. It's the idea that you've lost someone who was a part of your growth, a part of your life.
And speaking of that growth, I mean, you're looking at Shamar Moore right there. I think that probably hit him as one of the hardest, because he used to always talk about how this was his mentor, this was his brother, this was a guy who looked out for him throughout all the steps of his career. It wasn't just like he was just doing the soap and then he went off and they lost contact or anything. He said that this guy has been guiding him throughout his entire career since he met him. So, I mean, I can't think of being a writer, being one of the show writers and thinking, well, how do we do this the proper way? I mean, it's rough for everybody in that situation.
Absolutely. Fans included, man. They were in his living room for 22 years. All right, guys, we got a new update in the Jussie Smollett fiasco. Let's get over to Raquel Villanueva with the latest.
That's right, Jeff. The two brothers who were accused of attacking Jussie Smollett have just filed a lawsuit against the actor's attorneys, Mark Geragos and Tina Glandian. The Osundairo brothers say the two lawyers made several false remarks about them after the criminal charges against Smollett were dropped. The suit also alleges that Smollett paid the brothers, quote, a sum of money to stage the attack to benefit himself. The brothers also say Smollett directed every aspect of the attack, including the location and noose. TMZ talked to both attorneys, and they call the suit comical, saying they look forward to exposing the fraud the brothers have committed on the public.
Because it's weird. These brothers are talking about, oh, this is ruining our professional life, and it's ruining like who we are. If you got paid $3,500 allegedly to stage that attack, to be involved with the attack, you're already talking about your character right there. Right. That you would even be like, no, bro, I don't want nothing to do with that. That you would even engage in it. Your character has already been set once you took the check.
But I have so many. This is only a half-hour show. I have so many questions. I need so many answers. I don't even care what I have. I just want it laid out. Why is Geragos involved? Where are these brothers? How come no one can get an interview? I have too many questions.
Well, let's start with Geragos for starters, because Geragos is also on the other side of the law when it comes to Nike and this whole thing with Michael Avenatti. Apparently, there's some extortion plot that Geragos is on the other side of the law for that. So how is he going to defend himself while not exposing his client? Because if he's saying that they were complicit in some type of wrongdoing, then he also has to expose whatever happened with Jussie Smollett. By the way, what did happen with Jussie Smollett? If anybody wants to tell us, #DBL Take.
Please. I'm ready for the Netflix special because I need some answers.
I need a flow chart.
All right, guys, we're going to switch gears here. Sean Diddy Combs is opening up about the passing of his soulmate, Kim Porter. His former girlfriend passed away suddenly at the end of last year, leaving him and his family beyond distraught. Now he's on the cover of Essence with his 3 daughters, talking about the struggles of raising a family without Kim. Wow, that speaks a lot. And I couldn't even imagine, it kind of just hit me there a little bit, raising my 2 sons. I don't even want to think about it, but craziness out of nowhere. Not expecting like a disease or anything like that, just like that. Yeah.
Well, and I think that there's another layer with this too, because if you follow Diddy on social media, he has more than taken this hard and really comes out to talk about his love of Kim. And I think that Kim was always his greatest love, but a lot of people have come out and bashed him for not marrying her, making her a priority. I know there were a lot of allegations and rumors and some things that were confirmed about his time with her, but I think it really speaks volumes to a lot of people, and I hope that it's helped a lot of people think about the fact that we're not here forever, and if you have someone who is really holding it down for you and you love them, you need to tell them, you need to show them that when they're here, because no one necessarily needs flowers when they're dead.
Oh, absolutely. All right, guys, we got some big Avenger fans in here or what? Yay, participation. It's been called the most anticipated movie of the year. Avengers Endgame has already shattered records for pre-sale tickets and is expected to break even more. The Hollywood Reporter estimates it could bring in $1 billion in the first week alone. And last night, all the stars hit the purple carpet for the big LA premiere, from Robert Downey Jr., who plays Iron Man, to Brie Larson, who plays Captain Marvel. Of course, it's a huge cast, and they're all a little emotional about the Avengers coming to an end. So listen to what Chris Hemsworth had to say.
The first Avengers feels like yesterday, to be honest. It's sort of the most intense period this last 8-9 years, and yet it feels like it's compressed into a week. I mean, we're very close friends now, and it's a strange feeling to think that who knows if we're ever going to gather like this again.
And many of his co-stars feel the exact same way. Let's take a listen.
It's 10 years, 22 movies, and it feels like an enormous amount of work that's culminated to this final moment, this end game.
It's a pretty epic moment. It's bittersweet, you know?
The fans mean everything to all of us. I mean, the fans are unreal.
And last night, Chris Pratt made his purple carpet debut with fiancée Katherine Schwarzenegger. The two announced their engagement earlier this year, and Chris says he's helping a lot with the wedding plans. What a guy. Superhero and a super husband.
Apparently. Can we talk about how Scarlett Johansson looks like an actual picture?
Oh my wow. She looks incredible.
I mean, they all look amazing, but I was like, she looks like a picture with that dress.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a movie star right there.
Yes.
Do you guys think this will really be the last one? I know it's Endgame. I know they have, I think, 22 films involved here.
Jeff, I sure do hope so, because I'm kind of tired of all this Avengers stuff, bro. Like, it's one thing. I feel like how you feel for Game of Thrones, Erica. I don't want to go back and watch 22 movies, let alone episodes. They're all like 3 hours long. I understand people love this, and I love superhero movies and stuff, but there was a point in time where I fell behind.
I hear you.
I fell behind, and it's just like, wow, can we go into something else so I can be on the same page and level as everybody else again?
Maybe you just jump to the end game and figure out how it all ends.
Yeah, I just want to watch Scarlett Jo, tell you the truth.
Well, there you go. Get your tickets now, buddy, because they're going hot.
Yeah, I heard.
All right, there were some incredible looks on the purple carpet last night. Let's get over to Stephanie Jones with her fashion roundup. Steph.
So my first shout out has to go to the ladies. Brie Larson and Scarlett Johansson both wore the most perfect jewelry fit for the film. The two women who play Captain Marvel and Black Widow rocked bracelets and rings that matched Thanos' gauntlet from the movies. They looked incredible. And if you don't watch the movies, they're kind of like the superhero version of the crown jewels. And it's absolutely saucy of them to wear it to the premiere. They look killer. And my other favourite look of the night goes to Dunye Guerrero. The Black Panther actress went for a simple but elegant look in this bright pink dress. And remember, when it comes to fancy events, sometimes less is more. But my favourite Avenger on last night's purple carpet must be Thor. I mean, man, this is how you wear a suit. I love the navy blue colour, the subtle paisley patterns. It's a fun twist on a classy look. And I mean, I know it's Chris Hemsworth. He can make a paper bag look good. But let me give the God of Thunder some props. He is hot.
Yeah, he is. I like that suit. Steph, I'm going to ask you one question. If you could have one superhero power, what would it be?
I would like to be able to speak every language in the world.
Ooh, that's a good
Parlez-vous
one.
français?
Multilingual lady.
Je ne sais pas, Brandon.
Oh, touche.
I don't know what that meant.
Hey, mine was French.
I don't speak French, Brandon.
All right.
I don't understand.
Good job, Steph. I liked it. DBL's Live will bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Later in the show, I hit the road in an effort to promote positivity and share advice for getting what you want. But first, Nicole Kidman says her young kids can have a phone or Instagram account. What do you think? In this day and age, can you really keep your kids away from technology? We share your comments live next.
Avengers take over the world, and DBL wants you to get in on the action. Just watch DBL every day for the word of the day. Then on April 25th, one lucky winner will be taking home an Avengers Endgame prize pack. The more words, the more chances to win.
Scarlett Joe, if you're watching, Scarlett Joe.
She's not.
She's not.
So now that we're talking about Avengers Endgame, we talked a lot about Game of Thrones, but somehow no one got the memo that Being Mary Jane finale that we've been waiting for a year and a half comes on BET tonight. And it's a big stinking deal. So if there are any Being Mary Jane or Gabrielle Union fans out there who are going to be watching it, I will be watching it. Reach out to me. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know. I've been anticipating this for a year and a half.
Question: is Thomas Jones still in the show?
I don't know, because Thomas Jones played her intermittent boy toy when she wasn't in a serious relationship. So he only came in like maybe for an episode or two each season.
So she used
we don't
him.
know. No, I got the feeling that it was a mutual arrangement. But yes, if you are watching Being Mary Jane and you're excited about the finale tonight, hit me up, because I'm super excited.
Why do you like that show so much?
It's a great show. Actually, it's funny because I was talking to our other co-host, Al Jackson, earlier, and he's like, I don't know if I would like it. I'm like, I think you would, because the whole thing takes place in, she's a reporter. She's a reporter, anchor. It's like all the inner workings, like behind the scenes, going up. Like when I watched it the first time, I had been on, like, I used to work in news like very loosely, but now being here every single day, I do watch it differently, and I've watched a few episodes since, and I'm like, huh, that's interesting.
I'm going to start my script for Being Erica Cobb.
Yeah, it's not going to be that interesting.
Because...
Thanks.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time now to share your DBL take. Oscar-winning actress and mom Nicole Kidman is sharing some intimate details of her life with Vanity Fair. In the May issue, she talks about what some might call an unpopular parenting style and says her kids don't have phones and she doesn't let them have Instagram. So DBL Nation, we want your DBL take. In this day and age, can you really keep your kids away from technology? Interesting question. Why don't you kick us off, B?
No gram, though?
No gram. First of all, her kids are 8 and 10, to put it in perspective.
We got to put that down. Okay. Meryl from Facebook says, what happens when they become rich young adults and can buy whatever they want? They'll be so tech-starved that their screen time will exceed their peers when they finally get hooked. You get hooked to these things, especially, look, they haven't even had Instagram yet. Just thinking when they can go on set with their mom's next movie and take cool selfies with cool actors and actresses and great props and stuff behind it. I feel as though when it comes to this technology thing, either you're going to be that person who knows how to work the robots, or you're going to be that person who gets replaced by the robots. I think you got to be tech savvy these days.
All right.
Rudy from Facebook says, screen time is a real issue for my family. My children started throwing tantrums because I limited their screen time. I even ended up selling all their video games just to make my point. Rudy, is that short for Roosevelt Cobb? Because you certainly sound like my father. Yeah, well, good for you, first of all, for implementing discipline. Children need to understand that although technology is the way of the world, and too much of anything, especially when they aren't paying the bills, isn't a great thing. And they need to know who's in charge. So I commend you for being a dad, Rudy. But I do think that when it comes to Nicole Kidman's kids, it's going to be a little bit different, because what Brandon was saying in terms of like taking all the cool photos on Instagram, that's called your everyday life. They'll probably be the ones taking pictures of their tuna sandwich, to be quite honest.
Tuna sandwich?
Yeah, because they made it themselves for the first time. They made something. Okay.
Oh. I like it. I like a good tuna melt, though. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Is that a warm tuna sandwich?
Yeah.
Doesn't it mess with your...
Just warm the bread, not the actual tuna, right?
What? No, yeah, you warm it's like a grilled cheese, but with tuna, you know?
And the tuna's warm?
Tuna's heated?
No, the tuna's cold. You never had a tuna melt?
No.
Oh, my God.
I thought that was a Chicago thing, but
a tuna melt? All right, am I taking crazy pills
I think
now?
Normally, Jeff and I are on a team, but I think in this particular instance, Brandon and I are on a team.
Oh, my goodness.
Is it one of those
DBL
moments?
Nation, help me out here.
Is it one of those moments?
I'm making a tuna melt for you guys tomorrow.
So the tuna's cold, huh?
It's cold, but then you warm it all up, like you cook it like a grilled cheese, and there's cheese in there, and the cheese melts. It warms up the tuna.
It warms up the tuna.
A little bit.
So the tuna is warm then.
Oh, you guys are driving me crazy. Coming up on DBL, what makes you happy? Tuna melts make me happy. I hit the streets to spread some positivity and share advice on how to keep your head held high on the tough days. So stick around. It's after the break.
Mark Hamill isn't playing around in Child's Play. The new Fast and the Furious movie looks like non-stop action, and you can get Assassin's Creed Unity for free now. That's all next in The Jump Off. I'm Abby, and welcome to The Jump Off. I'm here to bring you all the latest news in gaming, tech, and nerd culture, so let's get started right now. Have you guys seen the new trailer for Child's Play? Because I am never sleeping again. But we did get to see our first look at Mark Hamill's Chucky and how the creepy little doll is basically a rogue smart device. Kinda eerie with all the Alexas and Siris around, like that one over there. Wait, where'd it go? How'd it get over there? Anyway, Idris Elba is the Black Superman in the new Fast and Furious spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw. And this trailer is nuts. With The Rock and Jason Statham and non-stop action, this movie looks legit. They even do a haka. Hobbs and Shaw hits theaters August 2nd. And you probably saw the news this week of a massive fire at Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, but now Ubisoft is giving out Assassin's Creed Unity for free. It's all to raise awareness for the fire and raise funds. Notre Dame is featured in the game, so until April 25th, you can download a PC copy or stream the game for free. One of the designers even spent 2 years perfecting the model of Notre Dame in the game, so if you haven't played, go check it out. That's it for The Jump Off. I'm Abby, and as always, I'll be here every week with your latest in gaming, tech, and nerd culture news. See you next time. Mark Hamill isn't playing around in Child's Play.
Welcome back to DBL. As many of you know or don't know, I'm a guy who believes in the power of positivity and writing down my goals. So in honor of Global Pay It Forward Day happening this Sunday, I hit the streets here in Denver, Colorado to stand for kindness by spreading positivity. Check it out. So what we're talking about today is like goals.
I just always have goals.
I actually have overall goals that I write down and I keep on me.
I read a study one time that you're 30% more likely to achieve your goals just by writing them down.
No, we don't.
We don't write anything down.
We don't write anything down.
Really? How long have you guys been married?
We both go,
11.
almost 8 years.
8 years.
I just have them in my head.
So how about positive thinking? You believe that
definitely.
into how that works? You guys ever have a bad day and it's just like enough with the positivity already?
I don't remember a day of that. Enough of the positivity.
Yeah, you can never have too much.
No.
So even if your car broke down, how would you stay positive in that situation?
She would say she's lucky to have a car, especially her car.
Is that really how you are?
That is exactly, yes.
That's
yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
How do you guys know each other?
We actually met because we have an extremely rare and incurable autoimmune disease called neuromyelitis opticus.
How do you guys remain positive and keep a positive attitude?
For me, it's mainly just setting goals for myself, but it's mainly setting life goals that I know I'm going to reach no matter what.
You're inspiring me already, my man. Do you guys ever take your disease and use it as a motivator?
Definitely. 2 years ago, I really had to learn how to walk again. So now to the point where I'm at now, I make sure every time I go to the gym or if I do anything physical, I put in 110% because I'm blessed to have the opportunity to walk again. So it's just, that does motivate me each and every day.
Like 10 years ago, I wrote a goal down. I wanted to start my own foundation for those that have chronic illnesses. And when I became sick, it kind of was just like my motivator to actually do it.
I was supposed to be here to motivate you guys. I think it's going in reverse right now.
That was amazing.
You know what was amazing? The people that I found, I only met a couple people, and every single person had a story. One of those girls wrote down their goals already. She opened up her book and showed me. Those two people at the end had a rare disease, and they met because of that disease, and their positivity that they had throughout was like, I thought I was just going to go like in the middle of downtown and not talk to anybody. The stories that you get just by meeting someone like that, it was amazing.
That comes from appreciation. I think when you learn how to be appreciative of life and living every day in the moment, I think that kind of spreads positivity because you're just not thinking ahead as much as you should. You're not worrying as much as you should. You're not looking at other people. So I just think that appreciation helps.
Gratitude.
There we go.
That's what it's all about, buddy.
And tuna melts.
Oh, we're going to talk about it at the end. Could Beyonce be headed to Broadway? Stephanie Jones has the details coming in hot.
Guys, I don't think you're ready for this jelly. Sorry, I cannot sing. Beyonce's dad, Matthew Knowles, silly would not be hiring me, but he is creating a Destiny's Child musical. He says the show will be called Survivor, the Destiny's Child musical, and it will tell the story of how the group got its start. Matthew says he wants to pull the curtain back on the show and reveal a behind-the-scenes look. Now, no word on who will be cast yet, but TMZ reports that the show could be premiering in Houston next year. So, would you guys want to see a Destiny's Child musical? I'm sure it's going to be bootylicious.
Bootylicious?
But
girl, that's
bootylicious for you, babe.
Bootylicious.
You can't argue with that. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. Hey guys, I'm Abby, aka Modern Yenta on Instagram, and I'm here to give you guys some dating tips. We're going to be talking about some terms that millennials use that you need to know if you've been in the dating game for a while or if you're just getting back into it. First one is catfishing. We've all heard of the MTV show Catfish, and that's kind of where this term comes from. It's when someone pretends to be someone they're not online through an app or something else, some other way to meet people, and then maybe when you meet them, they're totally not what you think. So they're like this online, and then when you meet them, they're like this. So if you get catfished, well, I'm sorry it happened, but there are a couple things you could do to prevent it. If someone is, reluctant to meet up, maybe they have excuses every time you want to FaceTime and they only want to talk on the phone, that could be a red flag. Have you heard of breadcrumbing? I just learned this one too, and it's kind of weird. It's when you send flirty text messages, but you don't actually want to meet up with the person. So maybe someone sends me, hey, you look great in that pink shirt, but they don't want to grab a drink with me, coffee, or anything. So it's kind of an interesting one. If this happens, probably just, stop responding to that one. Have you ever had anyone just disappear and stop responding to messages? Well, that's called ghosting. And it's probably happened to all of us with a friend, a significant other, someone that you've been dating. They just, out of nowhere, stop talking with no warning, no signs or anything. And I always say ghosting is a big no. because people are trying to avoid a situation. If you feel like you just don't want to talk to the person anymore, just tell them, hey, you know, I'm not interested, I didn't feel a romantic connection, but don't just ghost. That's just rude. Now, sometimes a ghoster can come back from the dead. Let's say they ghost you, you don't hear from them, and then 2 months later they say, hey, you up? That's called a zombie, or as a verb, zombieing. So they're literally coming back from the dead as a ghost, and now they want to talk to you again. Also, not a good look. If you ghosted in the first place and now you're back, or you just, you know, what are you doing? Kick them to the curb. Okay, last but not least, this one is literally the worst. It's called cloaking. And everyone, men, women, watch out for this. Basically, you stand someone up, it's happened to the best of us, even me, or you get stood up, and then that person blocks you on everything. Facebook, Instagram, Tinder, Match, OkCupid, you name it, they are gone. You could also consider this ghosting. They're kind of one and the same, just one more extreme. So now you're all caught up on these millennial dating terms of today, and dating in 2019 can be crazy. So if you're just getting back into the dating game or you're just starting to use apps, let me know, send me a message at Modern Yenta, and I will get back to you.
Avengers Endgame word of the day is Ultron.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, and guess what? They're all about tuna melts. I'm not even joking. Danae from Twitter says tuna melts are a thing and they're phenomenal. I'm with you, Danae. Kathy Rowland, tuna melts are delish. I think I'm gonna go make myself one. Heather Taze says tuna warm. Bleh, throw up emoji. It's not like that, I'm telling you. Tony says, Jeff, you need to take them for some yummy tuna melts. Tomorrow, we're gonna order some tuna melts here. I'm not even kidding. The list, it keeps going on. Lauren G, tuna melts are the bomb. I love tuna melts. Maybe it's a Chicago thing. I think it's a everywhere thing.
I'm from Chicago.
Southside.
Kathy Rowland again from Buffalo. Tuna melts are popular here. You guys, that's craziness that you guys haven't had tuna melts.
That's not how we do tuna.
You don't warm tuna up, sir. I'm sorry.
It's a
tuna is supposed to be
Lena,
cold.
our makeup artist, who is freshly an American, loves tuna melts, and she grew up eating tuna melts.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think that tuna should always be cold.
Okay, well, tomorrow,
tuna salad with mayo.
If I order a tuna melt tomorrow, will you guys try it on air?
Absolutely. I don't turn down free $99, so absolutely.
All right, we're getting one, because I'm not paying for it.
I could go for it. I could go for a little stomach flu action.
It's not stomach flu. It's
Summer's
delicious.
coming.
I'm with Danae. They're phenomenal. Go make yourself a tuna melt. I might make one tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll see you then.